manga. Does anyone in the audience know what it is? Not much of you. Well, a lot of work to do. So a manga is a Japanese comic book that can only be read from right to left. It is also a great business. It represents more than 25% of all printed material in Japan. Actually, 2 billion manga are sold every year, and in addition, anime TV show and film represent 60% of the world animation. But what's the reason of this popularity? Well, the reason is that the story is easy and clear to understand, just a few words of vocabulary and a few vivid images. So you see some of the books that we have read or we didn't read before, like The Miserable, for example. You see, it's a very hard text due to its complex language, but you don't want to just look at the dictionary to see one word and then constantly watching and watching again and again and again. And also, several other books have been adapted to manga. For example, The Red and the Blacks by Karl Marx, and making easier for the people to read it. But there's also another thing. Religious book. The Bible, the Torah, has been adapted to mangas. Now easier for people to understand the religions of others. In Japan, there are also manga coffee where people can enjoy a hot drink while reading a manga. Little fun fact, in Japan, most of the paper is used to print manga than toilet paper. Now, I'm still wondering how they're cleaning itself. I have heard so many people say that manga are just something completely useless, more violent, just a few random words of vocabulary, and it's useless. But I have to disagree. Manga has a purpose, and this purpose is to convey a very powerful messages with just these few words of vocabulary and these printed pages. But I have to say, don't we live in a world that is 2 times more violent than the world exhibited in manga? Don't you think that it's more better to educate children and even adults? Different things such as history, geography, social issues, and even negativity, rage. Now, I'm going to show you 3 mangas and tell them their powerful messages. So, as number 1, you have Love and Lies. So, in this manga, in a world where falling in love is forbidden. Now you may ask, how couples are made? Well, depending on your genetic criteria and the test that you have done since your childhood, the government will give you a match and you will be forced to marry that match at the end of 16 years old. Not a happy ending at all. And you have to marry her and live with her until death comes to you. Yeah. So the message in this manga is, if you love someone, or him or her, I don't care. So basically, you have love him as hard as you can, and don't let anyone, and I say anyone, tell you who else to love. Next one. On number 2, I have Death Note. So this is a very good manga. You have to see it. But it's a shame of what Netflix did in terms of it. So basically, it tells the story of Light Yagami, a young high school student who one day found a notebook called the Death Note, which has the power to kill anyone that you know the name and the face. and this little boy will use it to kill criminals. So let me ask you this question. Do you think that what he's doing, killing criminals in order to live in a world of peace, is a good deed? Or what he's doing is something bad and he'll be punished and brought back to justice? I'll leave that with your opinion. For the final one is Assassination Classroom. So in this manga, a monster that looks like an octopus has destroyed 70% of the moon. And he threatens Earth to do the same. But he offers mankind a chance. He will be working as a homeroom teacher where he will teach regular subjects like English, mathematics, geography, while the other teachers will teach the ways of assassination. Meanwhile, the Japanese government will give a reward of $10 million to whoever managed to kill that beast. However, it seems impossible due to the several powers such as high speed or other power that I don't remember. It seems impossible. The message in that manga is that if you're not good at school, basically, well, it's not that you'll become a failure in life. You can still attain success in life. To finish off, I want to quote one last quote from One Piece, one of my favorite manga, by the way. So, passions and dreams are like time. No one can stop them. And it will be the same as there are people who are willing to give a true sense to the word freedom. I want to thank Mr. Oda, Mr. Oba, and Mr. Kishimoto for making these manga and for making our story dreams. Thank you very much. Woo!